This is Smallzy Surgery.
Tonight on the show, our guest, she was famously the bearded lady in The Greatest Showman. She's starring in the new Wicked movie opposite Ariana Grande. She's tread the board. It's in West End in London, performing the musical Anne Juliet. Now she's made her way to Australia for it as well. The musical Anne Juliet features songs from Britney Spears to the Backstreet Boys, Katy Perry to Pink. It's the story of if Juliet never died in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. If you're in Sydney, you can go see it. It's in the Lyric Theatre, but only for 2 more weeks until July 12. Tickets are at Ticketmaster. Keala Settle is her name. Let's welcome her.
G'day, Australia.
This is Keala Settle.
This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.
You're listening to Smallzy on Nova.
Hey, on the show tonight, she's back in the country. Please put your hands together. Keala Settle. I am so excited to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here.
Welcome back to Australia.
Thank you.
You're doing Anne Juliet, and we're going to get to that in a second.
Cool.
But, honestly, can I just say your voice is stunning.
Oh, you're a legend. Thank you so much for saying that. You're so kind.
Honestly, I'll tell you a backstory,
Yeah,
right? Do you remember when you did this little movie called The Greatest Showman?
Nah,
right? No,
never heard of it.
It was a little movie, right? And then Kesha came along and she did a cover of your version. Do you know I campaigned to not play her version but play yours?
Come on!
So that is why that year it was like one of the top 10 played songs, your version of This Is Me, because I was like, no, Kesha doesn't get this. Keala Settle needs this.
You're very kind to say that. But the song is for everyone, but thank you very much for saying that.
But I wanted you to have that anyway.
Thank you.
You are here and you are doing Anne Juliet.
I am, and I'm so bloody happy to be here. I've missed this place so much. So much.
For people who don't know the backstory on the musical, they call it in the business a jukebox musical, right?
Yeah, you can if you like.
Is that what? I don't even know. Is that the link?
I mean, technically it is. You can say that.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
think
so much more than that.
No, I know. I don't even know what that means, but I just felt like saying it because it sounded like I knew what I'm talking about. Musical theatre.
I mean, when people say like a jukebox musical, I mean, this is just my opinion, but
Okay.
people are like comparing that phrase to like Mamma Mia. Or even stuff like We Will Rock You,
Yes.
or, because there's like all of the music comes from one group of like musicians or like, artists.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the composer lyricist mainly for all of these songs is the ever famous Max Martin.
Yes.
So of course you could say it is quote unquote a jukebox musical,
Yes.
but he wrote with so many and collaborated with so many artists to which he actually gives thanks to in the first page of every souvenir program.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
how incredible he is.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
these
yeah.
songs on their own are already number ones.
The show is incredible.
Yeah,
I've been lucky enough to see it and before. But long story short, it's a reinterpretation of the famous Romeo and Juliet.
It's a completely different version of Romeo and Juliet.
But the basis is Romeo and Juliet.
At the beginning, yes. Yeah.
But it uses famous pop songs to
tell the story. That's what's so brilliant about it. It's
Yeah.
so well written.
And then you're here. What character are you playing?
I play the nurse.
Yes.
And this is sort of like the third country that I've done it. So the first time I did it was the workshop in 2017.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, just after I'd finished initial photography on that film you spoke of, The Greatest
Sure.
Showman.
Okay.
I was in LA and everyone from the UK had come to sort of get together and say, we've got this idea. Max was there and they sort of hashed out this story called Anne Juliet and I played the nurse there.
Yeah.
Cut to 2021, I left the US, moved to the UK, and casting called me and said, look, we're going to put this show on called Anne Juliet in America. Do you want to go? I said, I am so sorry, but no. However, if you take the lovely, lovely woman, Melanie LaBarry from the UK, and send her to America, I'll take over on the West End. And they let me do it.
And how long were you in the West End for?
3 months.
Wow. What was
It
treading
was my debut.
treading the boards on the
It
West
was my
End?
dream come true because that's actually what I've always wanted to do is play
Yeah.
on the West End, and to do it with this show that I love so much was an absolute dream come true. So when I got asked to come here, I said absolutely. Where, when, how? Let's do it. Let's do all of it.
Because I hear, and correct me if I'm wrong, it goes West End, Australia, then Broadway. That's
they've already got it on Broadway. It goes from, here we go, let's make it up. West End, Australia,
Yeah.
Broadway, film.
Oh, there you go.
Even bigger.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So the show what I loved about the show was just how powerful the songs are and how cleverly it's all put together to use these iconic pop songs that the world knows and loves. I think Max Martin has something like 1,000 number one records under his belt or something like
From
that.
From like the mid-90s.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And then the show tells the story with these songs. Did it surprise you even the first time you did it way back in workshop days when you're like, oh my God, they've really worked this together?
Even, I mean, the people that were involved,
yeah,
you know, David West Reed, Luke Shepherd, and then also Max and all of his music, they all work so closely together to make it work.
Yeah.
And even the first go at it that we did in workshop, there was a song in there. Rather than Domino, it was I don't know about you, but I feel at 22. So they started to work on that, and as the show kept going, they used a different song in place of that, but in the choreography they still used the number 22 in that song Domino. So
That's
as they
great.
were putting that together, they sort of paid homage to that. I think it's brilliant.
Isn't that great? Tell me, what's it like doing a musical theatre show every day? Like, do you remember the words? Are you not? And I don't mean autopilot, like in a negative sense, but like when you've done the role, you know exactly where you have to hit your mark every time. Or every night, is it just a little bit like the butterflies kick in and you're like, let's see how this one goes?
Every night for me, the butterflies always kick in because I'm so nervous that I'll just go to what we call the white room, where it's just a blank canvas.
What's that? Is that where you forget everything?
Oh, yeah. Where you are, what your name is, what your blood type is, everything goes, and you're still in Cosy, in the lights going, someone help me, but they can't because you've got the line that needs to move the plot along.
Have you ever been in the white room?
Oh my gosh, last night I was. Because last night we had understudies on, we had covers on.
Yeah.
And I was having so much fun playing with them on stage that I forgot what I was supposed to sing next. Twice, and I just went, "Oh, get on with it, Keala! Come on! These people are paying to see this beautiful show."
Yes, absolutely. So you have been in the white. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that. Even though you know it inside out, you can still sometimes when the lights are shining
any
bright.
second.
Yeah.
You're making me nervous now just talking about
tomorrow
it. I'm
night,
not even doing the show.
Tomorrow night I'll be there.
Well, don't tell me that, please.
I'll be at Eyeline for you.
Oh,
can you actually?
please.
Can you see the crowd?
I don't want to.
No, but because the lights are bright, and sometimes you can be like, oh, I don't know if I can see anyone out there. Can you only see the front few rows?
Maybe probably the first like 3 or 4 rows, and then
the
you
rest of
can't
it
see
is
anything.
bright.
I mean, the Sydney Lyric is massive.
Yeah, it's a huge theatre.
So it's kind of pointless to look up because the lights are shining at you and you can't see anyone.
Yeah. You're also in another little production that's been turned into a movie that's going to be coming out later this year. I think it's called Wicked. Is that correct?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What can you say?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Have you seen it, or have you not seen the
No,
finished
mate, it's not
version?
done.
It's still not. Wow.
No.
Because when the trailer came out, that broke the internet, and I was curious to know whether or not if you saw it beforehand, if you saw it with the rest of the world.
Ironically enough, I was doing press that weekend for The Masked Singer because I'd just been revealed in the UK on
my
The
God.
Masked Singer.
What were you?
The air fryer, babes. And
They did not dress you up as an air fryer.
yes, they did.
That is fantastic.
I was in a bloody box with all of these buttons and like all I had was arms that I could like rotate up and down.
Sure.
It was amazing.
Sure.
But I never saw the trailer.
Wow.
So when I was doing press for all of, the air fryer stuff, that was the weekend that they showed the trailer and I was like, oh my gosh. So of course all the questions came, did you see that? I said, I literally just saw it this morning before I was putting makeup on to come here to do this interview. So yeah, what I can tell you is the beauty that you saw.
Yes.
And how much that trailer broke the internet.
Yes.
No one's ready.
Wow.
No one will ever be ready. You just have to sit there and let it happen.
It's over 2 parts. Did they shoot all in one block, or have you not done part 2 yet?
No, we've shot everything.
You done
as far
it?
as I know.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
all locked away. You've done
Yeah.
your part. Yeah.
Yeah. Done my bit.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Lots of bits.
Are you nervous
Lots of
for what
bits.
the world's going to think?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I played a part that didn't even exist really.
Yeah.
They created the character.
Yeah.
And so we all sort of work together to make it happen. But there's a lot of those in there. It's just so beautiful. I can't even express to you. Everything looks like an oil painting.
Yeah. You know, you want to know what I also want to ask you while you're here?
Yeah, go on.
Are you going to turn, not that it's you, but I know
I
you
know
have,
what you're going to ask.
I know what you're going to, you know, right?
And you know what I'm going to say.
Well, are you going to say you don't, the question I'm going to ask is, are they going to turn The Greatest Showman into a Broadway musical? Because it literally could be one of my favourite movie musicals of all time, and it just is begging to be adapted to the stage. Yeah.
So what's your question?
Oh, do you know if they're doing it? Would you do it? Has
I
Hugh
don't know if
spoken
they're
to you?
I don't know if they're doing it.
Will you be doing it?
I don't know if they're doing it.
Yeah, sure.
I won't be doing it.
Okay.
It was a lot of work.
Wow.
A lot of work
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally. It was we threw our hearts and souls into that.
Well, I think there's that video, obviously, when I think it was the audition clip or something like that.
Yeah.
But I know you've talked about that at length, but like even the emotion in that.
Well, we all did.
Yeah,
we all,
yeah.
and it was just for a very long time. It was like over quite an extensive amount of months that we filmed that, and as beautiful and as amazing an experience as it was, I wish whoever's going to do it the best of luck.
You would say even if they offered you the biggest bag of cash, Keala, they come to you with the biggest bag of cash you ever seen.
No, ladies and gentlemen, smallsy. No.
I won't do it. I will not do it.
No.
I can't sing. I can't hold a tune. In my head, I can,
Well, then
but
just
I can't
let
hold
it
a
out,
tune.
Joel. It might be amazing.
You're here in the country.
Yes.
You're doing *And Juliet*. The
Yes.
smash hit musical is playing at the Sydney Lyric Theatre until July 12th.
So come get your tickets.
Days are short. Days are running out. All the tickets. Ticketmaster. It is beautiful to see you in the flesh,
Thank
and welcome
you
back
so
to Australia.
much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Smallsy Surgery.
Is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.